Okay, so today's class, our theme, again as it was last month, is pilgrimage. And what I am realizing with themes is that the theme really is just in this class. And then however that spills out into the day or the week is great. But really it's just a micro theme for the moment. And what I want to do, interesting, there's someone in my house. Spanish man. Okay, let me just go check. Hold on, let me just check who's in my house. Okay, all right, here we go. It was the fruit man delivering me some fruit. So yesterday in my meditation, I was thinking about what I wanted to be sharing in pilgrimage and what that might look like within the scope of it being a micro theme within class. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use our journals after we've done a little meditation. And I'm going to take you on a tiny journey for you to be as creative and imaginative as possible to find your way to what your own inner pilgrimage might look like as you take a walk in your mind, or as you take a walk with the essence of your being to anywhere that your imagination would like to carry you, whether it's canoeing down a river in your pilgrimage, or walking through the hills of Spain as a pilgrim might to the ancient holy sites. And we're going to walk towards some kind of place. Now the place might be somewhere that shows up as a place in nature, or it might be your imagination or your being might like to create a temple for you, or a tree house. Who knows? Let's see what comes up for you. And then once we've done our little meditation, we'll just journal for a moment just to jot down what comes through. And then we'll begin to move, because movement is key, and in the movement is more that will come. And we will do a walking meditation, because walking is so much part of what pilgrimage is often about. And the walking meditation we'll do it really slowly without needing to leave your room, and something that you can replicate over and over. And we'll bring some qigong movements in, so therefore we'll have like a tiny bit of movement with the hands, probably something like this, or maybe we'll focus a little bit around the earth solar plexus area in our walk. We'll see what feels fitting depending on what comes up in our little meditation. After we've done that, we're going to craft our temple with our hands, almost as though we're painting it, but without having to paint it, because painting gets so tricky to try and depict what we want in our mind on paper. So we're just going to craft it with our hands in a bit of a playful way. And then I have a couple of other things. And so let's begin by getting comfortable. So you may lie down, you may sit down, be wherever feels comfortable for about 5 minutes. Lovely. Oh, I love the pink blanket, Kerry.
I love that poster behind you, Kerry, or the painting, whatever it is.
Thank you.
Yeah. I have one that reminds me of it just at my desk.
Ah, good. Kindred.
All right, little
That's
doggy.
puppy.
This is the little puppy. He's going to come on our pilgrimage.
Has he been named yet?
I think so. I think he's called Rio, for river, rather than the city.
I figured that's what you meant.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful. All right. Oh, lovely, lovely, Kerry. Lovely, Marnie. Take a breath and a breath out. And another one. And another one. And just letting it go, letting the breath go. And noticing what is here from what has happened so far in your day. Notice any lingering chest tightness. Notice whatever your body carries in the way of expectation for what's to come. Notice the back of your body and notice the places of tension in the back of your body. And in the way of great kindness to your beautiful being that has carried you all these years of your life, take a slow and gentle exhale, just arriving. And notice your seat, your buttocks, your hips, and the connection to whatever the surface is underneath you. And feel a sense of dropping down into your body. And exhale again with that sense, that kind of sense of relief and release, of arriving somewhere where you are safe. Where there is both soul work to be done, which is spacious, and there is soul work to be done, which is also about connection, spacious connection. And now I want you to imagine that you begin your pilgrimage. You start in your mind wherever your mind wants to carry you, and allow your mind to change. So that if your pilgrimage starts on foot, but ends up becoming a swim or a paddle, that is perfect. And so in your mind's eye, in the heart of your being, in the moving, strong, flowing stillness of your soul space, which is within you and around you, arrive someplace where you begin to move from. And see yourself moving towards someplace that your pilgrimage wants to take you. And see yourself moving slowly at the pace your body wants you to move. Does your body want you to run right now? Does your body want you to walk slowly, slowly, slowly? Or does your body want you to stand still in a field or a forest, or feet in a stream? Notice the tempo and the rhythm. There are many, many rhythms in the body. So notice what the different rhythms feel like. Is it really stillness that your body needs? Is it really a run? Is it a slow, steady walk? Is it floating? Floating in the air, floating in water. So let yourself be carried in whatever way feels most nourishing on this pilgrim's journey. And let your view be exactly what you need it to be, whether it's the great sky, whether it's the mossy earth, a woodland forest floor, bluebells reaching as far as your eyes can see. And so you move through your scenery. And you begin to go someplace or come someplace. And a scene begins to emerge that is a holy place. A place perhaps visited by others, perhaps carrying ancient wisdom, or perhaps entirely magically woven for you in this moment. And so you start to notice what the features of this place are. Is it an ancient stone circle that your pilgrimage has carried you towards and to? Is it a clearing in the forest? A home? A temple of some kind? And start to look around and just see what's there. What would you place in there? Would there be books? Would there be a spring? Would there be a kettle and a cup of coffee and a teapot? Would there be other people, or would it be just you? Would it be dark or bright? Or would it be both? Just take a breath out, releasing and relaxing. And just feeling that you are someplace special and holy, and you are being enriched by that place. And that place is being enriched by you, by your presence, by your showing up. And so there is this exchange, this beautiful exchange between your being enriched and the place that you've arrived being enriched. And then I want you just in your heart of hearts to begin to transition And perhaps in a moment of gratitude for having arrived in this beautiful place or felt some aspect of it and had this beautiful journey to this place, we're going to let those thoughts and feelings flow from your mind onto the page of the notebook that you have. And we'll just take 2 minutes or 3 minutes perhaps, just writing down a few aspects in sentences or in bullet points, just a few words. And then we'll share. It's 10:35. We're just going to go till 10:37, thinking or writing or both. Just one more minute. Okay, so I am going to unmute you. And Kerry, I'm wondering if you would be up for sharing first what came to you in your mind's eye.
Sure, thanks. So I was on a pilgrimage this summer in France, a virtual pilgrimage. And so that's where I went, to the forests of La Baume, where the Magdalene is said to have lived in the caves, in the cave above the forest. So I went there, walked through the forests of La Baume and up the rocky face and into the cave, and just sat with the energy of the Magdalene, which is about compassion and kindness, and she is depicted often as having this jar, that she holds this jar, which is the balm, and balm for the soul. And so I felt like she applied some of that to my body, especially in my shoulders, and just the lovely energy of light and grace and peace, and I could smell the forest. That was nice. And the cave. So it just left me remembering that I need more time in that way, with that, in that space, and with that energy that's so familiar to me. So that me, that's what I shared.
That's beautiful.
That's what I heard.
Thank you. Marnie, I'd love to hear from you. My cat is sneezing in the background. I apologize.
That was. So I didn't want to go anywhere except inside myself. So I think this morning I found this, it's like this tube inside me where there's stillness and peace. And that's where I wanted to go on my pilgrimage. And I found myself thinking I wanted to meet my soulful self. And then I realized I didn't want to separate myself into someone who isn't soulful and someone who is. And I visualized instantly this, it's like a portal from some sci-fi movie that was it was just color. It was whatever color is what the portal was. And there were two of them and they joined. And I went through and there was a meadow. So it's a huge, it feels like somewhere I've actually been, but I don't know where it was. Big, enormous meadow, sense of space and that kind of prairie but moister life of grasses and butterflies and flowers and seed and soil. And it slanted down, and in the distance there were mountains, and there was forest all around, but not pressing in, distant. And I realized I was all by myself, but completely connected. I could feel loved ones everywhere, but they weren't with me. I could just feel them. And so there was a sense of love. And when you asked what I brought there, instantly there was a table with watercolor and beads, and that's where I was.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I love these sessions. The sharing is so rich. There's just, wow, so much richness. Okay, mine was very, very simple. I actually was just talking for you guys when I did this meditation yesterday. Mine was really earthy, through a forest to a place that just a simple open air temple. One of the things I love that I'll share, and then I want to move because I know Kerry does not have a lot of time today, but one of the things that my temple has is a big stone, kind of like an old stone carved out, not a bath, but like a giant stone that's carved out with a well springing through, full of rose petals, or petals of some kind of scented, maybe jasmine as well would be in there. We're going to do our walk now. And we're going to do a walking meditation, and you're going to let yourself continue on your pilgrimage. So you may find yourself back at the beginning, or you may find yourself just walking around your meadow or your cave or within your cave. So I've got two versions of me. Now, if you want to see the one where you see my whole body, you can look at that video and you can click pin to pin video, which will make that the bigger one. Yeah. And but I'm going to probably keep talking in this direction, which is the one that's recording me. So let's come up to standing. And Kerry, what I would say, if you end up having to leave before we complete this, is that at some point later today, if you are able, maybe do the joint circling video, and I'll send it to you again, because that's the other piece that we will do today for our bodies.
Thank you. That would be great.
I love that one. And
I would have more time, Lucy. I would have more time except for the incident. so I didn't get done what I would have done beforehand. I'm just moving you to the living room, so have a little more space.
Perfect. Okay, so let's stand up.
Lucy, yeah. I just want to say I have had 4 poems show up so far. So shall I just, I think it'd be better if I just emailed them.
If you just say it again, sorry.
I've had 4 poems show up so far. So should I just email them?
Yeah, well, we can also share them afterwards because it's going to be you and I afterwards. So,
Okay.
yeah, and let's see.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So let's find our place of standing, and you just need a tiny. You know, you can in the walking meditations, you can actually walk on the spot. So when you're doing a walking meditation, it may be that you don't move anywhere, or it may be that you take just tiny, tiny steps. It may also be that you walk in circles. So sometimes I'll just walk around whatever the space I have, or I'll walk in one direction and then I'll turn and I'll walk in the other direction. But let's, to start with, just find our feet. And let's do that. Just so.
Can I show you what I see?
Yes.
I want to show you my view. First, I'll show you these. You see?
Oh, look at your sunflowers.
Great.
Oh, and the heart, and the sunshine, and the pink chairs, and the flowers.
Look at the sunflowers. Aren't they fabulous? I wanted to show you those so that you could see what I see.
Thank you.
And so can Marnie.
Oh, lovely.
Thank you. Walking in circles.
Okay, we're finding our feet. We're finding our feet. And so we're just moving our knees. We're moving our hips from side to side. And we're just beginning to move just a little bit, just in this way. And then find your rhythm. So like I talked about when I was leading you through the meditation, what is the tempo that your body needs? So your body may feel exhausted and heavy. It may feel frozen. It may feel stuck. It may feel like it wants to run away. But where in the different rhythms that coexist, where is the medicinal rhythm? What is the medicinal rhythm? See if you can let that move into your being and guide your pace. And then let yourself take actual steps forwards, backwards, in small circles. Really feeling your feet, feeling your heels, feeling the balls of your feet, feeling your toes. And start to imagine that your feet are in connection with the surface that takes you on your beautiful pilgrimage. Perhaps you're connected or moving through some kind of portal. Perhaps it's the forests and the cliffs of France. For me, it's the sandy surface of a path near the ocean. Let your feet be in connection to any earth or any element that pleases, delights your being. And then standing still for a moment, and let's move the arms. So we're going to bring the hands up and down. Very, very simple. And up, just to the level of the collarbones, and down. hands gather up, drawing energy up and through you. And slowly they come and they brush the air as they move down. Up and down. And then I want you to bring one hand up and one hand down, but the palms look at one another. And now they're going to move in opposite directions. So one hand looks down, one hand looks up, and then we switch. One hand looks up, one hand looks down, and we switch. And there is just this exchange of an upward and a downward movement, and then the hands roll as we just very gently roll the wrists. And we can move the hips a little bit because our hips love to move. Letting your hips sway from side to side. Almost as though you're dancing. Let the tempo of the movement with your hands slow down a little bit. So as though the air has texture to it. Texture and a richness of energy. Texture almost like water, as though your fingertips are touching the skin of water. Keep your shoulders relaxed, your elbows relaxed. And then as one hand moves up, the other moves down, you just take a step. And then you begin to move forwards and you take very, very slow steps. And at first, as we begin to coordinate movement of the hands and movement of the feet, maybe it feels a little awkward, maybe it feels fine. Allow that to be a little time for the brain to just find its way of moving the feet and the hands. And so we'll walk this way for 3 or 4 minutes. And this is going to be the walk through your pilgrimage journey. Very, very slow. Taking in the richness of place. The essence of pilgrimage coming into your being as you move. So that place perhaps just falls away, but everything is held within your being or comes into your being. And everything becomes possible no matter where you are. And the clearing, the meadow, the forest, the rock face, the cave, the portal is just woven into your own being. And as you move, you're cultivating exactly what it is that you need. In your pilgrimage. Beautiful. Just keep moving in this way. If you want, your top hand can rise high now. Just to try something different, imagine the top hand rises high above you, reaching as high as the arm can go, and then the hand turns. And you slow it down even more, almost as though you're moonwalking now. Let's try that. The moonwalk. And the hand rises all the way up above you, reaching up. The other arm reaches down. And then, as the hands look towards each other, you begin to step through. As the hands cross, your foot is placed. And I'm going to record all of this again so that it's really clear, as well as you having access to this, so it doesn't need to be perfect right now. The slow walk, the hands rising and falling, and coming into a sense of synchronicity where the feet and the hands move. Beautiful. There. And then we're going to do a little bit of artwork with our hands. So I want you to just pause for a moment as we transition. Let your hands come wherever they feel like they naturally want to come to. So perhaps one palm looks up, perhaps one palm looks down, the shoulders relax. The hands can face in or even out, or in a sense of openness to what is around us. Be in that place, your temple, your cave, your meadow. And notice if your body is leaning forwards in anticipation, if it's shrinking away, or if you can hold a sense of balance where the front of your body and the back of your body are open and receptive. Your tailbone drops slightly to give you space in your low back. Your knees are ever so slightly bent. And your legs strong but soft. And then, if it's okay, you can close your eyes, or if it is more comfortable, leave the eyes very, very soft gaze open. But be in your place and let yourself receive the richness of the place and the people and the sacred connection and the love, the ancient wisdom, the healing balm. Be in this place. And receive it. And know that this place is as grateful for you showing up as you are for it showing up. Feel the fullness of your presence. And notice what's arising right now. Are you still in this place, or have you begun in your mind's eye to walk around your place? And then I want you to imagine still in this place, or perhaps on the path that brought you to this place. We're going to start moving. We're going to circle our wrists. And in your special place, how beautiful is it that you can begin to move your body in this place where your pilgrimage has brought you. How delightful. Let's move our wrists in the other direction. Now let's move our elbows. Simple elbow circling. Circle the elbows the other way. And then let's take the arms one at a time in beautiful circles. We'll just keep circling the arms a few times each side. And there can be a gentle reach up so that the side of your ribs, your heart opens. And it's as though the side of your body, your chest, opens to this place, your temple, your cave, your meadow, to receive the environment, to receive the medicine of place. As you begin your next arm circle, just reverse the movement when you're ready. So you take your arm the other direction, one arm at a time. Just letting your body still receive the richness of your pilgrim's place. Perhaps if there are wise beings, saints, loved ones around you, perhaps they too are moving. Movement, sacred dance. And then I want you to reach up with both arms, reaching up to the heavens, reaching, and just bringing some energy down through your being and in front of your being. Let's do that 3 times. So there's this big sweeping movement with the arms, and an inhale as you reach up, gathering from the heavens, from the stars, from the moon and the sky. Whatever it is that you need, one more time, reaching up. Gathering and drawing down. And then we will reach down. If you want, you can reach way down, or you can just reach with your arms, your body or your arms, reaching, gathering, and drawing up and through you until a great fountain spray moves out and through the crown of your head, and then reaching down and gathering from the earth, from the rock bed, gathering up and through you. And then once again, reaching down, drawing energy up and through. Let's do that one more time. And then let's take one foot forwards Bring the arms up like a dancer, and then step back. Step the other foot forwards. And step back. So we simply take a step, and we let the arms reach up, and we open the front of the body. The other side. And inhale as we reach up, and then the arms coming down. Inhale, we can throw the arms if we want. Reach them slowly, gracefully. One at a time. Feeling that gentle opening through the front of each thigh as we step forwards. And the back foot, if you want, can come onto a tiptoe or it can stay down. It just feels different. It just has a slightly different action, and both are great. Let's do another on each side. Remembering the ease. In fact, let's do a few more. Imagine you're moving with the ease of your inner child, how it used to be when you were little. Let's cultivate and bring forwards through time a little of that inner child. And then let's have our feet hip width apart. And let's gently move the arms from side to side in this simple, simple way. Letting our hips move side to side. The arms hanging heavily. The hands tapping against our legs. Or maybe they're wrapping round and tapping into the low back. Stagger the feet ever so slightly. 1 foot forwards, 1 foot back. Just so that the action of the movement is forwards and backwards as well as the twisting. And you're still in your place. Can you bring yourself back if needed to your place of pilgrimage? And then carry the other leg forwards, the other leg backwards. So the feet are slightly staggered. And then we will see you soon, Kerry. And then for us, Marnie, let's bring the arms up and down. Really bring some soul medicine to our knees, letting the knees move a little bit, and imagining that the silver liquid light of healing is moving through our joints, especially our knees, our ankles. And then let's come back to the movement we were doing just before, the rotation. And this time with a bit more intention of tapping, so you can make fists of your hands, of tapping your low back. Tapping the kidneys, connecting to the water element that cleanses, nourishes, moves, carries health, and carries any stagnation away. And then let's move into simple hip movements. Let's take the feet quite wide apart. Pause for a moment and just notice in your mind's eye, in your inner world and your outer world, if you can still hold a place of your own pilgrim's place within yourself. And then I want you to just take one hip, so let's take the right hip into a big, almost like a big J kind of movement. And let's do the right hip again, so just really throwing that hip out to the side, stirring, big stirring movement. Swirling the hip out to the side. Let's do two more on this same side. Now let's move to the other side. Big semicircle, a curve. Noticing the difference. Let's do three more. And then let's do circles. And as you circle, try to find the edges without any pain. If there's pain, make it a little smaller, the movement. Every aspect, front, side, and back. Corners of the movement, even though it's a circle and has no corners. Finding the edges, the periphery. Moving slowly. Nourishing your body. And then circle the other direction. One more circle. And then we will bring our legs together and we will place our hands above our knees, just above our knees onto our quads, and we will do simple knee circling. And I always think of this as this really old-fashioned exercise. I remember this yoga teacher doing this. I just kind of loved it. It's old time, knee circling, attention to our knee joints, healing our knees, the surfaces between the tibia and the fibula, the cartilage in between, squeezing and pumping the fluid, and the slide of the kneecaps up and down, and how they sit within the quadriceps muscle tendon. Circle the knees the other way. Femur, strong big femur, which connects up to the hip bones. And then just a simple kind of backwards and forwards movement. And then standing slowly, stepping the feet a little hip width apart. And let's do our ankle circling. So let's pause for a moment, finding our balance on one side. Gathering a sense of the pilgrim place around us, our inner temple. And then circling the ankle. Circling the other direction. Placing the foot down, slowly shifting. And imagine the sole of your foot in contact with whatever your temple's floor is. And then lift the other foot and circle your ankle. Drawing circles with your toes. Letting your foot move up and down as you circle. Pointing the toes, flexing the toes. Circle the other direction. Placing the foot down. Let's come into this movement. So it's the elemental massage we've done before. So the hands are in fists. And we're going to rub into the low back. Shoulders relaxed. Knees slightly bent, warming up the big muscles in the low back. Warming up behind the kidneys. We're really noticing the back of the body. Giving love and attention to the back of the body. And then start to move your hands down just to the top of the back of the pelvis. And then around the edges of the pelvis, the big bones at the back. Moving from the center to the sides and back. Kneading out the tension that's held there. And then bringing your hands into the buttock muscles, the gluteals, doing the same. And as you do this, let your body shake a little bit, so you bobbing up and down, releasing, relaxing the buttocks. Then Hands go for a second. Then what we're going to do is this movement where we brush down with the back of the hands, and we also are bending the knees. So it's literally as though, you know, after you get out of a shower, you have raindrops kind of like shaking the water off of you. The water falls downwards, and we want to connect in our body movement and with our hands. Perfect. Then bring your hands now to the side of your thighs. Rubbing into the muscles at the sides of the hips. And at the same time, there's still this movement up and down. Close your eyes just for a moment and be connected to your healing place. And then bring your hands to the groin, and you're going to use the little finger side of the hands, and you're just going to warm up the ligaments, the strong, powerful ligaments that go across your groin area. And if you want, you can kind of wiggle and jiggle your hips, your thighs. This, through here, we come in connection with the hip joints, the ligaments, connection down to the pubic bone front. Good. Now, in a very, very feminine, loving way, let your hands slide over your thighs, the inner, front, outer, and back of the thighs. And then bring your hands gently to your belly and make small circles, or large circles actually, up the right side, across, down the left side, across the lower belly, up, really just following the movement of the intestines, up to the liver, across over the stomach, to the spleen, down through the descending colon, and across, up. What do your guts need right now? Support, connection, safety. Bring your arms up and rubbing on the side of the arms, fire element. And the other side. Releasing that. And then holding your hands in front of your heart, your elbows resting against your sides. And the palms look up. And in your hands is a tiny, tiny flickering candle, a flame. And it mirrors the flame, the pilot light of your own heart. And this sacred light illuminates the space around you, so you can close your eyes now. And your sacred light, your pilot light, your flame receives the spirit, the essence, the energy of the place that you pilgrimed to. And it glows with color, with light, with brightness. And it takes on and is enriched by the space that you have pilgrimed to. And you immediately feel that entering your own energetic and physical being. The healing balm of the place. The sacred waters. The rich earth. And the peace. Let the peace fill you. Let the deep trust of the place woven into the place. The acceptance, the complete acceptance. That all is as it should be, that everything is okay. Right here, right now, all is well. Right here, right now, all is well. May you be filled with wisdom and peace. Notice once again the light in your hands, the light of your own being, the tiny little flame, strong and steady. Letting your hands go. And closing your eyes still. And bringing your chin slightly to your chest. And if you want, you can bring your hands into a prayer. And now in your mind's eye, cultivating a sense of gratitude and thankfulness, and also a goodbye in your mind. Because now we're going to journey from this place back. We're going to take the same paths you took to get here in your mind's eye. And we know that we can come back here whenever we want, and we are welcome. We will always be welcomed and received. And we may come whenever we want, whenever we need. The way is always open. And now slowly coming into a walking meditation once again. As before, and your hands can move, or if you prefer, you can simply move with your hands in a prayer. And the steps are very, very slow. So that with each step, we take in all of the space. We continue to be imbued by the medicine, and our own timeless souls connect to the timeliness of now. And the flow of energy from outside to inside our beings, inside to outside. And so slowly you walk, taking all the time in the world. So that you can enjoy this place. There is no rush. And you find yourself walking with happiness on the paths along the way that brought you here. Enjoying the beauty, enjoying the feel. And it is the walk of one who has all the time in the world. The one who is happy. The one whose basket is full with all the gifts that she needs right now. And then let's bring the hands to our solar plexus. And standing still with the feet about hip width apart. And the hands, we play with them a little bit, just finding the space that's appropriate for right now. Feeling the palms of our hands, our fingertips, feeling the energy and the temperature of the air. And feeling the openness of our solar plexus, as though there is light that pours out and in like a river. River of sacred connection. And then finding your way to a comfortable seat or to lying down, whatever feels right. We're literally just going to be still for 2 minutes. Absolutely comfortable and just resting, just taking in the nourishment. A little longer. Let your body be held by the surface beneath you. Rest for a moment. Letting every pore of your being absorb the goodness that you have just given it. Rest with ease. And comfort. Feel the weight of your body, the physical fullness of your being. Your right and your ability to take up every inch of space so that your energy fills you and the space around you. Notice the edges, the skin of your being, your outline, the imprint that you make. And the physical, the very real physical space around you. The air that reaches to the edges of the room and beyond. The windows, the doors. And imagining one aspect or two aspects of your pilgrim's place being present in the room, in the space that you are in. So that the medicine of your pilgrim's place inhabits your physical space. And maybe there is something that you can bring into your space or add to your space that fortifies and holds and connects you to your pilgrim's place in your physical space right now. And then, Marnie, when you are ready, I would love to invite you to share one or all of the poems and anything else that you'd like to share.
It's very difficult to become verbal.
You want to write them?
I think what I want to do is say the two poems, but not share much about what happened to me.
Perfect.
So there's two poems that came at the beginning, but they're gone. And these are the two that came now. Actually, I don't know. Anyway, this is one. It's by Rainer Maria Rilke, translated by Robert Bly. I live my life in growing orbits, that move out over the things of the world. Perhaps I can never achieve the last, but that will be my attempt. I am circling around God, around the ancient tower, and I have been circling for 1,000 years, and I still don't know if I am a falcon or a storm or a great song. And the other one, which I'm going to look up just to make sure I have it right, is by Rumi, and you probably know it. The breeze at dawn. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are moving back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep.
Gorgeous. You know, what just comes to me right now is just the little angel movement. Let's just do that as our finishing movement. And you can stand or sit. I'm going to try it sitting, but I may end up standing up. So let's bring our arms. Yeah, nice, good. Yeah. And let your wings be the falcon wings or the angel wings or the raven wings or wings, however they come. Pegasus wings, whatever they are, however they are. And in the openness, they carry this fierceness, this holding, this element of protection, open-hearted fierceness. And they also have this incredible ability to wrap around, to protect. And they are wings and they move and they can catch the currents of air, the thermals, to hold you as you fly. And they can circle and wrap and protect and make safe. And so, with the eyes open or closed, we can simply hold and take on any aspect of presence, of healing, power, of spirit that the wings might give us. And we may want to pause at one side, or we may want to flow, so there may be a pausing as the wingtips cross in front of us, in front of our beautiful hearts. There may be a pausing halfway in the opening, all the way flaring out of the wings. We may reach the arms up. The wings may be high and great, or this may help us embody the fullness. Just finishing holding the wings in whichever aspect of openness or folding you would like to. And then just bringing your hands to your heart. And what comes to me just right now is also the simplicity of the pilgrim's journey. The feeling of the feet, the bare feet on the earth, the simplicity. The not needing of material goods, just the presence, the being, the simplicity, simplicity, simplicity. And then just letting that go. So I will just pause the recording till next class.